Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to send our praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect Israel. God bless all Yakim, confusion of faces, and all you sisters in this truth as well. To you, I say shalom. I want to come at you from Romans 13, chapter 11, verse. I was listening to the brothers that were preaching out on the highways and hedges, and this verse stuck out at me. And before I get into this verse, man, a lot of people, when I got into this truth, when I started telling people, and you know, the camp I'm with now, they told me I can't really tell too many people about this truth, you know. And you know, I did get a little bit excited when I first got into this truth, because you know, I felt like everybody needed to know, and I felt like everybody that I told was gonna take heed and take heed and listen to what I had to say and accept it. Well, most people I told did not accept it, you know, including my family. A lot of people are still stuck on this bullshit doctrine right here, when, you know, it's crazy, man. A lot of these ministers are deceiving you. A lot of these ministers are deceiving a lot of people right now, you know. I mean, Joel Osteen especially, T.D. Jakes, Creflo Dollar, Jesse Duplantis, Joyce Meyer, you know, John Hagee, I ain't gonna call him no pastor, Jesse Duplantis. And I used to think Jesse Duplantis was, I mean, he might be an Israelite. I mean, the man know how to dress. I'll tell you that. But you know, he was cool. But Salak, he ain't cool. But back then, I thought he was cool. But you got a lot of these ministers, man, still putting people to sleep. You know, they're not waking people up to the fact that, you know, America is going to get destroyed. You know, famine is coming here. A lot of people don't see that. A lot of these ministers are dishing out prosperity doctrines, prosperity Bible verses. You know. I want to come at you from the book of Romans 13th chapter, starting at the 13th chapter, starting at the 11th verse. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer that we believed. Yeah, man, our salvation is coming. You know, it's saying we gotta wake up. We gotta wake up to our law, statutes, and commandments. You know, you blacks, you so-called blacks, you so-called Hispanics, you so-called Latinos, you are the real Israelites. Now, you also have confusion of faces, who have faces of other nations, but have the soul of an Israelite. You know, you're going to have white Israelites. You're going to have Israelites that look Asian. You're going to have Israelites that look African, you know. I mean, you know, our people were scattered amongst the nations. And it's time for us to wake up. Okay? Now, when somebody wakes you up and tells you about this, you might think they're brainwashed. But no, we're not brainwashed. We've waken up. We have woken up. You know, let me tell you a story. Before I got into this truth, I used to work at an alligator park down here in Florida. And my job was to go get supplies for the park, like food, parts for the airboats and stuff like that. So one day I was going on one of my trips, the Sam's Club, to pick up some food for the park, and food and snacks and stuff to sell. And there was a guy I usually see in there all the time, but this particular day he just came up to me and started talking. Usually I just say, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" and we go our way. But this particular day he came up to me. He said, "Man, the world is going to end, man." And then he said something else about he started going into chemtrails and FEMA camps, underground tunnels, stuff like that. And I thought the dude was crazy. You know, he was a Benjaminite. You know what I'm saying? He sounded like a Benjaminite. And well, when I say Benjaminite, he's from Jamaica. So he kept telling me these things, and he kept telling me these things, and you know, after I checked out or whatever, or when I was getting other food, you know, for the park, I think I looked that information up, and my heart just dropped. Chemtrails, FEMA camps. I was like, oh my God, this is real, you know. And I know I drove back to the park, and I looked up in the sky, and there was a chemtrail just spraying all kinds of shit, who knows what, in the atmosphere. And then I realized that, wow, we live in an evil world. So about 2 or 3 days after that, he told me all these things all week or something. My homeboy called me and told me, he just called me up and said, "Hey man, what's up, Theo?" I said, I'm good, bro. He said, "Look, man, I gotta tell you something. All what you believe in Christianity, everything that you believe in that's Christianity or whatever, hey, throw it away." I said, "What?" And this dude here was hard. He was a hardcore Christian. You know what I'm saying? And for him to call me up and tell me that was like, what the hell, you know? So I was like, for real? And then he told me, he said, okay, check it out. The real name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and his son is Yahweh Shai. So I said, for real? He like, yeah. And then he gave me some breakdowns, and then he said, look, if it's not for you, it's not for you. All right, but look, he felt like he was compelled. He felt like he was obligated to tell me. So it did take me a while to, you know, get into it, and you know, get into the Hebrew Israelite spirit. It started off as a mustard seed, but in time it started to grow. I started to look at more videos. I started to, I was getting into the Word. You know, well, at that time I wasn't really getting into the Word. I was looking at videos mainly. I didn't really get into the Word until I met the brothers at my local camp. And you know, when I started looking at their videos and going to the camp, that's when I started, you know, getting into the Word. And once I got to the camp, man, for the first time, it was a blessing, because I felt like those brothers were so righteous and I was just so filthy, you know. But I woke up. The main point is that I woke up. All right. Now, I don't know what is it going to take for you to wake up. Okay. But I know all it took for me was 2 people, you know, and those 2 people planted that seed in me to want to investigate more. Some of you out there, you want to stay asleep. Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, and that knowing that it's a lot. Let me read it from the Bible. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Some of you are being told this truth, but yet you still want to be asleep. You still want to serve this person, this image. You don't want to wake up. It's like it's like you know you're obese. It's like you go to the doctor and you know you're obese, you're fat or whatever. You know you got health problems, but you don't want to go to the doctor to find out what's wrong with you. That's how some of you are. You know, you're hearing these things about how this man right here is a fake God, and you know that Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, was not that color. He had hair like wool, but yet you continue to worship this image. Why? Please tell me why. It's like you don't want the truth, but that's okay. The Most High said, if you reject knowledge, then He will reject you, and that's gonna come to pass. I mean, that's just it. So what I suggest you do, go on YouTube, go on your phone, look up the information about who the real Israelites were. Okay? Go to GMS YouTube pages, GMS Miami, GMS Chicago, wherever, whatever, just put GMS. Just put GMS, your local camp, your local city. Just do something. Don't go by these other doctrines. Stay within Great Millstone. Alright? Anyway, this is your boy Izar coming at you with another lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, Shalom. All praises to the Most High.